But now there's nobody better to chat product than our Chief Product Officer. So please join me in welcoming our CPO, Brian Wade.
Good morning, Think Summit. It's so wonderful to be with all of you here today, live in New York City. Every time I come to Think Summit, I am blown away by the caliber of enterprise marketers that partner with Movable Inc. If you think about the last decade, we have defined what great customer experiences look like. And together, we build relationships with your customer. And it's your customer that is at the North Star, the center of all of our thinking at Movable Inc. Our mission, our vision, is to ensure that your customer experiences the most targeted and relevant content at the moment of engagement. This is why we're building AI-empowered experiences, where the marketer and machine work together to curate an experience for your customer that drives lift in engagement and lift in revenue for your business. And content, we believe content can and should be infinite, generated for an audience of one. Your segmentation strategy will not get you to one-to-one marketing, but data-generated content will. And all of this content has to be able to reach your customer on any channel and every device. It's got to be omni-channel. And finally, there's a reason why we put the word science in data science. It's because AI is a scientific experiment, and the results of those experiments are statistically significant insights. The creative insights that we're going to share with you today, we believe are groundbreaking. We think they're going to change the way you think about your marketing strategy. And so what we're building at Movable Inc. is the next generation marketing platform. And this is the opportunity for each and every person here in this room. The opportunity to become an AI-empowered marketer, because the future of marketing will be powered by AI. And if you want to adopt this technology, this means you're going to have to change. Starting with the campaign calendar, that legacy, decades-old process where you decide weeks or months in advance who's going to receive what content, that will be replaced by AI models that model your content, that model your customer. It's the models that will decide who receives what content, not some arbitrary calendaring process. And the workflow, the production management, the content creation, that process that takes weeks or months, that too will be replaced by a library of beautifully designed, on-brand, curated content that you control. You're in control with rules, pairing rules, eligibility rules, the reuse rules. And all these rules, they won't apply to your segments anymore, because your segmentation strategy is going to go to the wayside and be replaced by this thing called campaign deployments that decide when to send, how often to send. And these deployments, they use the AI models and the content library to assemble a message, header to footer, and send it through your marketing cloud. And once those messages go out, the A/B tests that you're running today, those simple binary winners and losers, replaced by this thing called continuous experiments. Always on scientific experiments with randomized control groups, and the results of those experiments, it's not your basic reporting, your clicks, your opens, your unsubscribes, your conversions. It's true creative insights. Insights into what drives lift. Lift in conversions, lift in revenue for your business. Now, this here is a lot of change. And you're probably saying to yourself, Brian, what does it mean for me if I become an AI-empowered marketer? What it means is that you will be in position to drive transformational business results, because AI-empowered marketers that use Movable Inc.'s platform see a 1,000% increase in personalization, going from 500 creative variants every day to 500,000 creative variants every day, truly delivering a one-to-one experience for their customers. And the AI-empowered marketers deliver productivity, a 50% reduction in the time it takes to deploy your campaigns through the creative automation and the streamlined workflow. And finally, most importantly, everyone here has a number to hit, a sales target, a revenue target. And my guess is those targets are up and to the right. But if your channels are flat or down, then now is the time to consider this change. So this idea that an AI-empowered marketer drives financial performance is real. The customers that are doing this are seeing a 20% increase in lift, in conversions, in revenue for their business. So this is what we're building, a platform that helps marketers curate experiences for their customers using automation and artificial intelligence across all the channels you see here on the screen, with the customer, your customer, at the center of the platform. And at Movable Inc., we have two products: Studio, which is our data-generated content product, and DaVinci, which curates experiences for your customer using AI. And both these products integrate deeply into your CDP, your ESP, your loyalty platform, your homegrown systems. At Movable Inc., we integrate into everything. We take your MarTech stack and we make it better. And so we're going to kick off this keynote by talking about Movable Inc. DaVinci. And over the course of the last 2.5 years, we have had the world's largest retailers using DaVinci. In the last 6 months, the travel vertical is now adopting DaVinci. And today, I'm excited to share that if you're in financial services, media and entertainment, technology, any vertical, we're ready to talk to you about DaVinci. And the ESPs you see here on the screen are either fully supported today or they will be fully supported by the end of 2024. So to go deep and learn more about exactly how DaVinci works, please welcome to the stage our Vice President of Product Marketing, Anjali Akandi.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here today to talk to you a little bit more about DaVinci. And DaVinci is such an exciting solution to me because I'm a marketer myself, and it solves one of our most pressing and challenging problems. It's the fact that our batch email programs today are not engaging customers. Think about it. We consider a 2 to 5% click-through rate a success. That means that over 95% of our customers are disengaged. And even those that are engaged are responding to a single promotion or a discount, and then often falling out of our file after that. Think about the pain that our customer acquisition teams feel. They are spending time, energy, and money constantly acquiring and reacquiring customers. We believe there's a better way, and that's by putting the customer, not the campaign, at the center.
So Anjali, customer-centric marketing, audience of one. You and I have been in this industry for a very long time. We've done these keynotes. What makes today different than last year or 10 years ago?
You're right. We have been talking about this for a long time. But think about all the data that you need to truly be one-to-one. All of the customer data you have and need to get access to and understand and map onto content to engage for your already engaged subscribers, and all the testing and optimization you have to do for those disengaged subscribers. Doing that at a one-to-one level is just not humanly possible. That is where AI comes in. AI is able to map all of that data onto all of your content at scales and analyze that data at scales that are not humanly possible today. And we could do it not just for a segment, but we could do it for every single individual in your file. And it's not a static experience. You know, think about it. Your customers, they're dynamic. Their tastes, motivation, their preferences are continuously evolving. Just like that, AI can continuously learn and evolve over time. That is the power and magic of AI, and that is the power of Movable Inc. DaVinci. So let me walk you through how DaVinci does this. At its core, its foundation, DaVinci is built on workflow capabilities. These allow you to decide where and when and how you're going to use AI in each batch send. It's always with the marketer in control. And that A/B testing, you don't have to do manual A/B testing anymore, where you decide the experiment and test the hypotheses. The machine takes care of that for you by putting control groups and continuous optimization. That's all made possible by an ensemble AI model approach. Brian, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the ensemble AI models?
Yeah, it's the ensemble model approach that makes Movable Ink different. We take multiple AI models, and you see the model classes right here: vision, prediction, generative, and insights. And we use them to solve a business problem. And we're going to talk about these business problems that you face here today that we're solving. All of these models run on a platform, and that platform has a trust layer. That trust layer ensures that our models are only trained on your data. We never share our customers' data across each other, and we never share that data outside of Movable Ink. Privacy, safety, and security are the top priority for our AI strategy.
And it's all in service of solving 3 business problems. This isn't AI for AI's sake. It's all about helping you decide what content's going to go to customers and when the customers are most likely to want a message, and how do you start to understand if AI is driving lift. All by thinking about the individual customer and putting that customer at the center, not the campaign process.
So, Anjali, I see this little IQ next to all these words. What is IQ?
Well, Brian, it wouldn't be a product keynote without product announcements. So I'm thrilled to share today that we're announcing our IQ set of capabilities. These are groups of capabilities that solve those 3 business challenges. Creative IQ, which is all about what do we talk to our customers about? What messages do they want to hear from us? Messaging IQ, which is all about when and how often we reach out to our customers. And performance IQ, all about understanding how are customers responding to my messages, and is the AI driving lift? So let's start with creative IQ. I think of this as the heartbeat of DaVinci, all about deciding what content goes out to what customer. It used to be just all about creative assets, but I'm excited to share live for all DaVinci customers is now subject line generation and prediction. You'll hear a little bit more about this in the demo coming up. Next is short-lived content. Brian, this is one of our most asked about features, so do you want to tell us a little bit more?
That's right. This uses our vision model to predict how this content will perform without having to train the content on the models. So if you have a piece of content that lasts 24, 48, 72 hours, now you can use it effectively with DaVinci.
And last, we have multi-object optimization. This is a technical term which is all about optimizing not for a single business objective. You know, most AI vendors out there optimize for a single business objective that they've decided for you. We're now able to allow and optimize content decisioning for different business objectives, including the ones that matter most to you, whether it's short or long-term conversions, average order value, clicks, or more. Next, we have messaging IQ, all about when and how to reach out to customers. First, live for DaVinci customers today is send time personalization, optimizing for every single customer in your file when they should and want to receive messages to drive lift. Next, we have frequency optimization. But Brian, we've been talking about frequency capping for a long time. How is this different?
This is not frequency capping. This is optimizing the frequency for every single customer over the course of time. So there may be weeks where Anjali receives way more messages than I do because she has a much higher likelihood to convert or engage than I do. So we're really optimizing for lift in clicks, lift in conversions, lift in revenue.
Lastly, we have performance IQ, which is all about how our customers are responding to messages. And I know I can't have a favorite announcement, but if I did, it would be this one, which is all live today, literally being shipped to DaVinci customers as we speak. The first is creative effectiveness scoring, which gives you performance level insights at the asset, at the actual content level. So you understand what content is actually contributing to lift. Next, Brian, we've been talking a lot about experiments and testing. Do you want to talk to us about this?
How do you know if the AI models are working? you have to run an experiment. And so this is an out-of-the-box testing framework that creates random samples of your customers and shows you exactly how effective the models are. And it's what powers those scores you saw on the previous screen.
And last, we have audience trends. So this allows you to understand if certain content is resonating more or less with specific audiences. So say you have some content that's really successful in awakening disengaged subscribers. It may also show you that cardholders or loyalty members are more likely to resonate with other pieces of content. This is the kind of insight that not only elevates your email programs, it elevates your entire marketing programs as you share these insights with search or social or web teams. And it really is all about you, the marketer, elevating yourselves. We have a saying that Da Vinci gets you promoted because you are able to share these insights with line of business leaders and merchants and other teams across the organization. But why take our word for it? Let's see how a real-life customer, LL Bean, was able to drive $14.6 million in incremental revenue lift using Da Vinci. Let's roll the film.
LL Bean is a purpose-driven brand, and that purpose is to inspire and enable people to experience the restorative power of being outside. I'm Devin Phelan, the Senior Manager of Digital CRM Programs here at LL Bean. We have a rule at LL Bean that a customer is the most important person ever in this company, which should tell you everything you need to know about how much value we place on customer experience. We like to talk about ourselves as a bottom-of-the-mountain outdoor brand versus top of the mountain. We're not selling an extreme outdoor experience. We're a brand for anyone who wants to experience the benefits of an outdoor lifestyle. We were looking for a process and a tool set that enabled us to expose the right products to the right subscribers without the opportunity cost of exposing anything except our top-selling products to our entire file. Da Vinci's content library was really what gave us the confidence to finally pull the trigger. It allowed us to personalize without losing that handcrafted feel that we felt passionately about preserving. Da Vinci has had three main benefits for us. It's made our marketing and creative teams more efficient. It's impacted our financial performance through revenue lift, and most importantly, it's made our customer experience better. We've seen consistent double-digit lifts in our core KPIs. For example, we saw 14 to 15 million in analyzed revenue lift last year. That's a huge impact. We're able to scale our personalization efforts in a way that just wasn't possible before. For example, this past Monday, we sent one campaign that had nearly 1.1 million unique content variations. That would have been inconceivable before Da Vinci. We've also been able to more successfully engage dormant subscribers on our file. LL Bean has been an early adopter on nearly every new capability Da Vinci has rolled out. Send time personalization, frequency, subject line generation, and prediction. Each one has added new layers of value to our use of Da Vinci, both in terms of performance and workflow. In the future, we're excited about bringing what we've learned about effective personalization and AI back to other channels and coordinating resonant cross-channel experiences for our customers.
Wow, what an amazing story from Devin. And it not just resonates with me as a marketer, but I'm a huge LL Bean fan. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is me decked out fully in my LL Bean gear. And for those of you in the back, not only do I have the gear, but I have a 2006 LL Bean co-branded Subaru Outback. So yes, I know, I'm a super fan. Let's see though how LL Bean is able to serve not just super fans like myself, but their entire file. I'd like to welcome onto stage my friend and colleague, Matt Previn. Matt, come join me.
All right, thank you so much for the introduction, Anjali, and thank you to everybody for being here today. Now, before getting into the platform, I want to call out this email that I received from LL Bean not too long ago. Because even though I'm up on stage with you all today, all day I dream about hiking. So this was the exact right email sent to me at the exact right time. But Anjali, I just so happen to have the email that you received from the same campaign. Can you talk to the crowd about it?
You know, I love how Devin talks about the outdoors being for everybody. I'm not the biggest hiker. I'm more of a nature walker, going outside in my comfy clothes.
That's right. And between Anjali's message about teas and my message about hiking, we each received unique and personalized experiences catered to us from head to toe and header to footer. But the best part about this campaign is that if each one of you in the audience received a message from it, you would receive a unique and personalized experience powered by DaVinci. Now, this stuff just doesn't happen by accident, right? So today we're going to talk about it, and we're going to show you how easy it is to build an AI campaign live in the LL Bean DaVinci account. Are you all ready to do this? All right, let's get into the platform. And so what you're going to see here is our campaign deployment screen, and we will create our real life DaVinci campaign, all typos accepted. And this will lead us right to our schedule tab powered by Message IQ, where here we can actually select send time personalization, not only for the full day, but also for multiple time ranges. And it was just that easy. And what you're thinking, or what you can see here is that it's not only about the what of content decisioning, but the when of send time personalization. Next, let's talk about audiences. And here is where you can include your custom inclusion and exclusion logic specific to your account. This is, of course, not only for your business critical rules, but also for those common sense marketing rules, because this is a machine and marketer approach. And we want you to have full control of the AI experience from end to end. Next, we're going to talk about templating powered by Creative IQ. And what you're going to see on your screen here are a variety of different custom templates that LL Bean has. Now, I'm going to go ahead and select the new Stork Creative, which I think is codename for Let's Make Some Magic Happen, because I press this button, and there it is. Our AI template is actually ready to go.
Wait, Matt. Where's the scripting, and where's the coding, and does this work with my ESP?
Yes, so it works with your ESP, and I know what you're all thinking, and the good news is yes. You do not need a computer science degree or programming certificate in HTML or JavaScript to run your DaVinci campaigns. And that leads right into the Experiences tab, where you'll see the template we just built on the left-hand side of your screen, followed by the library on the right-hand side of your screen as well. And you can see LL Bean's vast and diverse library. And just like that, I press one button, and now we've added 180 creatives to our campaign. But when we think about crawl, walk, and run, LL Bean is flying and soaring into outer space. But I want you all to think about your creative strategy today. Think about how DaVinci can maximize the value of the creatives you have in your library. But Anjali, there's something really special about the creative that you received, so I want to show the crowd a little bit about it. So what you're going to see here is Anjali's creative, and we're going to go to our inbox details, and live on your screen, you're going to go ahead and see our DaVinci AI-generated subject lines. And it couldn't be easier to use our tool for it. Step one, you insert your handcrafted subject lines. Not only are all puns recommended, they're actually required. Just kidding. But step two is our creative description, where you can either manually insert a creative description on the asset level, not the campaign level, or you can leverage our AI to automatically read the image and generate this for you. And that's it. All of a sudden, you have your AI-generated subject lines. So when we're thinking about how to personalize to each individual, maybe we're thinking about Anjali and her 2006 Subaru. She might receive the nostalgia theme. As for me, I'm a pretty joyful guy, so I might receive the joy one. But nevertheless, we can personalize these subject lines to the individual level. And the best part about this is that we can provide feedback mechanisms as well. So we can actually reject subject lines, and we can also regenerate subject lines to give the AI another shot. And you can also upload your brand guidelines as well. So now that we've talked about the journey, let's talk about the destination, because we're going to talk about what happened with the campaign that Anjali and I received. And for everybody in the room, this is a pretty staggering number. This campaign saw 1 million creatives for 4.5 million recipients in the LL Bean file. Yeah, they deserve it. Go Devin.
Wow, I mean, this is pretty amazing, Matt. And there's got to be, what, like 120 1,000 pages of proofs that you could go through. But as Matt said before, and this is pretty amazing, like it's not like the LL Bean team grew. It's not like this was a single send. This is across every send that LL Bean is doing in their batch program. But as Matt said earlier, this isn't a demo account, right? Like we're not faking this up here. This is LL Bean's real account. I'd love to see what I actually got. And by the way, this is my real email address. If you choose to use it, only send me nice things, please.
And Anjali, as it loads, here it is. And I have good news. You are one of one to me, but you're also one of 22 people to receive this exact creative. And that's the point, right? You're seeing here the broad reach of 1 million creatives for 4 million users, but you can also tailor the experience for Anjali, for myself, for Brian, for Devin, and for all you in the room as well. But now that we've talked about experiences, let's talk about experiments, because testing is in the fabric of DNA, and it's really embedded in what we do. And what you're seeing here on the screen right now, LL Bean is actually utilizing these tests every day, a randomized control versus an AI personalized send. And I want you all to think about your testing strategies today. Maybe it's your testing against your full file audiences. Maybe it's your older segment groups, or maybe it's your brand new affinity groups from your analytics teams. We will provide the testing infrastructure to showcase statistical lift in your campaigns. And that dovetails into the final part of our demo, where we're gonna go into our creative analytics. Here we go. Powered by reporting IQ, and performance IQ, excuse me. And what you're gonna see here, there we go. There are our metrics. So you can see top line stats, like just as an example, netting 102K revenue in the bank for the creatives that we're launching on this screen here. But we can actually take that one step further. We will report on the tag level, and what you're also seeing here is that we can report on the individual asset level too. So this cotton tees email that Anjali received generated 28K in purchases. So Anjali, I'm glad you purchased 28K in turrets. You can also see creative usage over time as well. But more importantly, we're gonna show you my favorite stats here. And these are our proprietary model stats. And so 2 of my top highlights are this one right here. Number 1, conversion effectiveness. What this is saying is that this creative is 1.2 times more likely to succeed generating conversions. So this can help your CRM teams, your email teams, and your creative teams. And you can see my absolute favorite stat, the % positive reaction. And the idea behind this is on a scale of 0 to 100, it shows how excited your customers are, even if the AI doesn't deploy this single creative to everybody. Because all of your customers are unique, they're dynamic, their preferences change every single day. And you need a platform that moves just as quickly as them. Now, if you want to learn more, you can go to the hottest bar at DaVinci that doesn't serve alcohol, or thinks of it, doesn't serve alcohol, the demo bar in the back. But that is the power of DaVinci. Brian, back to you.
Great demo. Nice work.
Thank you.
Great job. Amazing work. Good job, Anjali. Awesome, awesome. All right, so love the video from LL Bean. Quite a demo. Let's hear directly from LL Bean themselves. So I'm excited to welcome to the stage Devin Phelan, the Senior Manager of Digital CRM Programs for LL Bean. Devin, welcome to Think Summit.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here today. I heard you say in the video that you've been an early adopter of the subject line generation and prediction, the frequency, the send time. What has it been like working with the DaVinci teams to build these AI models and then have these models run in your marketing programs?
Yeah, it's been great. So we have a great partnership with your product team. Absolutely love working with them on developing new capabilities. There's really 2 reasons I love doing that. 1, we get early learnings, and we get the business benefit of being able to get these new capabilities out in front of customers sooner. And 2, it gives us some influence over how the product develops over time, which is great. But it takes a bit of patience. And what we've seen as we've layered in new capabilities is the lifts aren't always huge out of the gate, but they get bigger and bigger as the models start to learn and get smarter, and as we as marketers get smarter and better and more adept at using those new capabilities.
And you were one of the early customers of DaVinci. You also mentioned in the video the content library and how it was the content library that gave you the confidence because you had the control with the rules to let the AI models do their work. How do you think about your content library?
Yeah, so for us, email used to be a really static medium. Every single email looked exactly like we saw it comped up in a PSD, and there's a lot of comfort in that. And it's a little bit scary to think about it differently, but we've really evolved to thinking about it as a system of modular components, and all of those components are pre-designed and pre-approved to mix and match effectively, so my creative team doesn't feel like they need to see the fully rendered message before it goes out to customers. And then what we've proven is that the AI is just smarter and better at mixing and matching those components than we could ever possibly be doing it manually. So what we get by using the combination of creatives and the creative library and the campaign structure is really the best of both worlds. We get dynamically rendered AI-optimized messages with really high brand touch.
And the AI models, you have to measure them. You have to prove that they're working. Talk a little bit about how you measure DaVinci's performance, how you use experiments, how you maybe report back on to your management team about how DaVinci is working.
Yeah, sure. So you saw the numbers. We have multiple ongoing long-term tests that we run in every single campaign. And there's really a couple benefits that we get out of that. First and foremost is automation. Testing is a really heavy lift most of the time. And we're able to get these continuous learnings with essentially negligible lift from my team, which is awesome. And the second impact really is that learning over time. If you're running an A/B test, you're going to get a reflection of a moment in time. What we're able to see and dissect and explore is variations in performance over time. And that really helps us optimize what we're doing. And then we're able to layer in shorter-term tests on top of that to test various components of our approach. So things like subject line structures or creative templates.
So let's talk, last question here, a little bit about the future. So what are your plans to even continuously enhance the customer experience at LL Bean? And how are you going to use Movable Ink to do that?
Yeah. So creative effectiveness is a big key to that. Really excited to have that rolled out in the UI. We work really regularly with the Movable Ink strategy team. I don't know where Megan is, but shout out to her if she's out there. She's a great partner. And we're regularly doing things like dissecting performance of different spend bands or engagement bands on our file. But what I really love is the creative effectiveness and really starting to break down what's working across different categories within our assortment. We know that our email customer doesn't behave and engage exactly the way customers do in other channels. So being able to really understand what's working for this subset of customers and optimize what we're feeding into the model over time is helping us maintain our engagement rates, tune our approach, and enhance our results.
Devin, thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming on stage. Give it up for Devin Phelan. Now it's time to shift gears, and we're going to talk about Movable Ink Studio. And to learn about all the new things and talk about what's new, please welcome to the stage our head of enablement, Shannon Cook. Shannon, welcome to Think Summit.
Thank you. Good morning. Oh, I am so excited for all of the amazing things that were just announced about DaVinci, but I can't wait to jump into Studio. Now, I've been at a lot of Think Summits. Being here on the stage, product keynote, kind of feels like an Apple product keynote, but you aren't going to get Tim Cook this morning. You're going to get Shannon Cook this morning. So let's hop right in and let me reintroduce you to Movable Ink Studio. Studio accesses, activates, and transforms data from a variety of sources. Let's take this example here. We've got first-name personalization coming in from your ESP, product, category recommendations coming right from your browsing behavior. We start to layer on to this module, bringing in product details from your CDP, live ratings and reviews to drive social proof from your UGC partner. We keep adding on the urgency by driving live pricing for this particular product coming in from an e-commerce or a product API. We'll tap into your loyalty partner to bring in status, personalized offers, and then we cap off this module with product imagery coming from your website or maybe a CSV data source. Myriads of data sources come together to create a rich, hyper-personalized experience just for me. But Brian gets one too. And each and every one of you in the audience today, one send, infinite creative possibilities.
Yes, now Shannon, this product Studio, it's been around for a while. In fact, some customers in this room have been using it for over a decade. And so we've been putting a lot of investment and overhauling the user interface, adding a ton of new features. Let's talk about what's new.
Yeah. All of the announcements that you're about to hear are about bringing more power into your hands. And it's all going to start with data. Since Movable Ink's inception, we have always taken a partner-first approach. It is our goal to make it as easy as possible for you to maximize the investments you've already made across your tech stack. Our new integration experience starts with our integration gallery. Coming later this summer, our integration gallery is a new workflow for you to be able to connect your partners directly into Studio without bugging your IT team, without doing any coding, so you can start using this in the Studio Designer platform. In the integration gallery, we have 85+ verified partners across MarTech and data. Many of those partners are here in the room with us today. I want to thank our amazing partner network and, of course, our incredible Think Summit sponsors. Now, Brian, any partners that you don't see on this screen that you would love for our marketers here in the room to start connecting into?
When I talk to customers, they say, Brian, we want the modern data warehouse. Snowflake, Databricks, Google, Amazon.
Yeah, well, ask and you shall receive. I'm so excited to share that rolling out by the end of this year, Movable Ink Studio supports major data warehouses right inside the integration gallery. This completely dismantles any final silos that you have on connecting customer data into Studio. Those you see here on the screen and many, many more will be available by the end of 2024. So now we've plugged in our data. What do we do next? The fun part, we start building out campaigns. We have a brand new guided workflow experience, all beginning with something called Tactics. Tactics completely revolutionizes the way you build out Studio use cases today. Our Tactics gallery has a number of different use cases across Studio, leveraging out-of-the-box best practice templates so that you don't have to start from scratch, but you also don't lose any of your brand flexibility or creativity. Brian, what does this mean for campaign deployments as a whole?
Yeah, what it means is instead of making a copy of a campaign, you create versions and deployments. And so you can have multiple versions of a campaign over time and see how the changes you make impact performance. It sets you up for better reporting.
Yeah, and it lets you all work smarter, but not that harder. And of course, when we're launching these use cases, we need to make sure we understand how they're working across our customer base. So within the Tactics workflow, you'll be able to see performance of your top tactics over time across your campaigns without needing to reset, duplicate, go in and tinker. You can see this right here, and also conduct A/B optimization tests to always make sure you are driving performance and lift through your customers. And speaking of performance and lift, it's very important that we understand how this is working with our customers. We need to keep our finger on the pulse when we're thinking about our Studio campaigns. So we've also completely iterated and revolutionized our new reporting experience. Live, as of today, for each of our Studio customers is our new Analytics Explorer. Analytics Explorer is an incredibly powerful dashboard of custom data visualizations of what matters most to you. All of the business metrics that you want to look at, segmenting by campaign, by block. And once you're done, you hit save, you send it to your team, you send it to your boss, and we'll be able to see exactly how Movable Ink is performing.
So Shannon, you can see metrics, dimensions, filters. What if I come in here for the first time and I'm not quite sure where to start? What do I do?
Do you remember Ask Jeeves?
I do remember Ask Jeeves, yes.
Well, no more. Now it's Ask Studio. Live, as of today, is our AI-powered report recommender. This is a huge deal. This is the first time we're using AI inside of Studio. We leverage natural language processing to match Brian or any of you with the exact report for your needs. So you just ask Studio, and we give you exactly what you need, taking the guessing game out of analytics.
And we've been known for our email capabilities for a very long time. So the interactivity, the polling, all the cool things you can do inside of Studio with email, we've been working really hard to make that available in the mobile channels.
Oh yes, I am so excited to share what we've been working on the mobile side. And it's all beginning with our new interactive in-app messaging capabilities. Rolling out through the remainder of this year, you will now be able to use things like live polls, scratch-offs, videos, animations, modular content. The sky is truly the limit for you bringing in Movable Ink Studio to a channel that matters a whole lot to your customers because it's always where their eyes are, inside the in-app message. If you want to learn more about this, we have a mobile session on track 1 later today. And speaking of mobile, right here on this stage, Brian announced our mobile SDK last year. We continue to iterate and evolve, making sure that we keep your mobile goals top of line for our customers. So today, our SDK supports deferred deep linking, bringing more and more customers from Movable Ink content directly into the app. I am hyped, dare I say, beyond hyped, about all of the amazing announcements and all of the amazing work that our product team has been working on. But there truly is no better way to contextualize all of these incredible announcements than by hearing from one of our amazing customers, Amazon Music.
I
broke the top.
Product marketing here at Amazon Music, which consists of 6 different owned and operated channels. I'm a former NFL player turned digital marketer. I wanted to understand a little bit more about the scale of Amazon and have a bigger influence on the customer journey. So I've been at Amazon Music now for 5 years, leading our owned and operated product marketing teams. Amazon Music is an immersive audio entertainment service that deepens connections between fans, artists, and creators. One of our long-term priorities is driving innovation through automation and personalization. I see Movable Ink as a big enabler to optimize our entire marketing journey using scalable and personalized content to build a better relationship with our customers. One of the challenges with our current templates is that very complex and very manual to construct the message. With the new HTML solution, this will allow us to operationalize the process. We started using Movable Ink in 2020 for our email newsletters. We enabled our personalization API and wanted to take advantage of showing dynamic content to all our customers. From our personalization API, we can show recommendations in our email widgets for artists, albums, and playlists. We saw overall improvements in our email click-through rates by 208 basis points. On top of that, we can connect contextual and behavioral signals using different data sources like amplitude for omnichannel personalization. We really value our partnership with Movable Ink, given that they've been able to tackle some really difficult challenges with our in-house tech stack. Movable Ink has proven to drive performance for our marketing team, and I'm super excited for what's in store next.
Yeah, let's give it up for Amazon Music. So, one of my favorite use cases that Matt just talked about was the playlist recommendation campaign, providing a one-to-one experience for what I should be jamming out to. But let's be honest, I'm probably not going to the email inbox to figure out what I should listen to. I'm a girl on the go. I'm in the car, I'm running around, I'm here at Think Summit. So where am I gonna go to get my tunes recommendations? I'm gonna go to the Amazon Music app. So I think we should build out a dynamic mobile experience here. Would you guys like that? Yeah? Well, to do just that, I'd like to introduce my friend, the Director of Solutions Consulting, Kevin King, to the stage.
All right. Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. As you can see from my Amazon Music account, I'm a big classic rock fan. But when we look at Shannon's account, no surprise here. She's Swiftie.
Guilty.
So how does Amazon Music ensure she receives the playlist she loves while I get my Rolling Stones? Let's jump into Movable Ink. And today, I'm going to show you live on stage how it's never been easier to build a campaign in Studio. And all great campaigns start with some data. So let's go into our new integrations gallery. As Shannon was saying, here, over 85 of our partners that you'll be able to connect into. And the workflow is essentially the same for all of them. So to show you how it works, let's go into Amplitude. Little to no IT involvement here for all of them. And let's get one-to-one personalized playlist recommendations from Amazon Music. So to do that, we're going to select the API that we want first. Let's go into the Profile API and connect it. And then we're just going to add some fields here to get a secure connection. And look at that, within 48 milliseconds, we now have a valid response, and we can preview all the data right here being piped directly into Movable Ink for live content generation. Once we feel pretty good about that, we'll save that out. And now we've got all of our active integrations here, and when we drill down, we can view and edit any of the information. So let's check out one that's been already mapped by the Amazon Music team. At the top here, we have all the details, top trending playlist, we'll name it, and then we're pointing to that amplitude URL that we just mapped. Down below, more importantly, all the mapped content that we can bring into Creative, things like subscribers' name, their favorite playlist, images of those playlists, artists associated, and more. And if you're a data geek like me, we've got performance and usage down below as well. So now we have all this incredible data being piped directly into Movable Ink. Let's bring it to life in tactics. Now, I was a marketer for over 9 years. I think this is so freaking cool because it allows you to build things, sophisticated use cases from scratch. Product grids, loyalty progress, years in reviews, much more. And the process is really a 3-step process. Let's show you how it works with an in-app message. First, configuration. We're going to name the tactic details, top picks playlist. We can select our channel. I'm going to select in-app. We can also do email, and we'll be adding other channels here in the coming months. Next, we're going to select the data. So any data that's been brought in and ingested by Movable Ink, we can pull in here. And look at that. That profile API I just mapped, took a few minutes, right, before? Now right here in Tactics. And then finally, we've made it easier than ever to build out your layout. So we've got a grid. You could do a single canvas. Or let's make it fun and interactive and do a carousel that somebody can swipe through. Next step here, familiar for many of you probably, we've got the block level details, really the section of your template that's being powered by Movable Ink. So we're going to name it, we're going to point to a URL that we want, as well as any alt text. But now comes the fun part. Let's bring this all to life in our Designer. So for those of you who don't know Designer, it's really a WYSIWYG type editor, no code involved, where we like to think of it as Photoshop meets PowerPoint. You have here the layers on the left-hand side, and within each of those layers, we can do things like alignment and spacing. Again, no coding or IT necessary. We've even brought in the font family for Amazon Music, so get rid of the Helveticas and Arials. And now we've got this beautiful image, right? And the last thing we need to do is make the properties dynamic, things like the name, the image, the playlist. And all I need to do here is double-click. You can see we're pointing directly to that API that we mapped out earlier, and we're calling out the image that we mapped.
OK, can I stop you right here?
Yes.
2 things. Number 1, this is amazing. Number 2, I'm thinking about how Matt and his team can make this truly a mirror, a complement to the email campaign. So I'm only seeing one playlist recommendation. Is there any way we can maybe build a couple more?
Marketer meets machine, baby.
Marketer meets
right.
machine.
That's the theme. Again, we want to save all of you time. There's no reason to rebuild this from scratch. So at the top left, I've got the canvases here. I've got 2. But what if we want to duplicate that? I'm just going to hit this duplication icon. Let's rename it to Carousel 3. I can even drag and drop this option so it's the 3rd option somebody sees. Now I've got a 3rd option. And you'll notice something slightly different. The background images are slightly different to make them pop, right? So let's replace this image here. We're in now the media library where Amazon's uploaded a bunch of static images. And look at that. Now we've got 3 dynamic images somebody can select. We're talking millions of variations when this thing is sent out. So we feel pretty good about this. Matt and team are happy about the design. And we'll go ahead and save this out. We've got a tactic preview on the left-hand side. And then, like all things in Movable Ink, a creative tagger embed code. So Matt will take this, he'll copy and paste it into his template and shoot it out as an in-app message to the world. Now, it's out live. We want to see how this campaign performs, right? I'm very excited to show off, as Shannon was saying, our brand new Analytics Explorer, live for all of you as of today. that gives you a holistic view of all the data points that you want in Movable Ink. So metrics, things like clicks, impressions. We could even filter by the tactic that we built out or the app. But let's see specifically how this campaign performed. Look at that. Beautiful graphs and charts at the top there for you. We can even save this for other reports in the future. And then down below, we've got the metrics broken out by date ranges. And so now, Matt and all of you can show off your successes to your boss and hopefully get that promotion you deserve, right? But there is one last thing, Shannon. You know, here at Movable Ink, we do pride ourselves on being marketing magicians.
Sure.
And I got a little bit of trick up my sleeve. So can you pull out your phone for me, please?
You know I can because this dress has pockets. All right, so let me go ahead and open up my phone.
Careful, the whole world's watching.
Oh, looks like I have something from Amazon Music. Look at that! That is the use case that we just built here on this stage. Let's go ahead and see what Amazon Music recommends for me. Okay, love Whitney on before, Yoga Flow, not in these heels, maybe later. What else we got? Oh, well, Amazon Music sure knows me, huh? And if I click in to listen now, it opens right up on this playlist, one-to-one recommendations just for me. What do you all think? Maybe we should get this party started. And this, my friends, is the power of Movable Ink Studio. Back to you, Brian.
Good demo. Awesome, thank you. Good job, Shannon. Wow. Love the demo, love the ending, Taylor Swift. But yeah, we've got Amazon Music live here in the room. Love to welcome to the stage Matt Copa from Amazon Music. Matt. Thanks for being here. Yeah. So last night, you had to decline an invitation to kind of a special event to be here. So maybe tell everybody what you said no to.
So that's right, I did have a special invitation. I need to tell you about it. But real quick, I just want to say I'm happy to be, thanks for inviting me on stage. I'm happy to be here. And this is a true story. About a month ago, I had to make a really tough decision. As mentioned in the video, I played 4 years in the NFL, 2 years with the Patriots, so I got to play with Tom Brady. And I got an invite, a special invite that, from Tom Brady to attend his Hall of Fame ceremony in Foxborough at Gillette Stadium. And that was last night. I guess, my social media, so I couldn't attend, right? My social media newsfeed just blew up. I guess Jay-Z opened for him.
I saw.
So I had to tell Tom, look, Tom, I got more important things to do.
Exactly.
Let's be real. I'd rather be here at Think Summit sharing about how I use Movable Ink.
Thank you. So let's talk about your marketing program. We heard in the video you have 6 owned and operating channels, email being one of them. Maybe talk a little bit about how email is a part of your omni-channel strategy.
Absolutely, yeah. So I lead teams across 6 marketing channels, 2 of which are in product, so in-app messaging, in our browse home, our homepage experience once you open up the app. 2 are on retail, so what we call on-site merchandising. How can we show Amazon Music on different placements when you go on Amazon shopping experience, and then retail landing pages. And 2 a little bit more external, so outbound, obviously, email, push, and then App Store optimization. Email is such an important channel for us. It's the only channel that connects in the whole Amazon ecosystem, right? So we have specific strategies on outreach, adoption, how to acquire users to Amazon Music, how to onboard them, obviously, how to engage, re-engage, and then once they churn, how do we reactivate them, right? So, enabling personalized content, pulling in those contextual and behavioral signals within that ecosystem is really important to drive performance and growth.
So you talk about engage, re-engage, signals, all that for your email channel. Your mobile channel, you said in the video the template's a little bit challenging, but with Movable Ink automation, APIs, talk about how Movable Ink works in your mobile channel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, mobile marketing in itself is challenging, right? And for us, our previous templates, I mean, you've heard this a lot, over the past day. You have multiple fields for our marketing team, right? And you have different creative variants, different experiments that you want to run. So there's all these different variations, and before you know it, you're layering, geos and languages. And for us, a lot of our in-app messages are transactional, right? So we have different compliance issues, so we have different platforms, and before you know it, you have like thousands and thousands of campaigns, right? Sounds familiar. And it's like finding a way to automate that whole process. We did a great job working with your product team to automate that whole process to save a lot of our marketing team's time, to kind of create all those different campaigns. We talked about your product feature here, and then really it's important that we enable all of those different apps that you have to find a way to deliver the most relevant message to our customers.
You mentioned languages. So global business, you're not just running this in North America, you're running this all across the world. Maybe tell everybody here in the audience any recommendations, tips for rolling out Movable Ink in a global program?
Yeah, so I encourage everyone here to really think big. In typical Amazon fashion, it's one of our leadership principles. So think about how you're currently bounded by your current your current targeting marketing tech stack. Sorry.
Yeah.
Trying to find ways of how you do your creative process right now, and set a vision. Like, what does that good vision look like? For us, it was finding a way to kind of show messages across all kinds of different platforms, right, at scale. So we talk about mobile, specifically mobile, but how can we find ways to do iOS, Android? We have like Fire TVs, Fire tablets. We have retail web player, right? And so how can we set that vision? I've been in the mobile industry now for about 10 years. And you kind of see this transition from small mobile screens now to bigger, large screens.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And so we talk about that omni-channel, right? How can we have that? We talk about relevancy. How can we show what's relevant? Most of the customers nowadays are they have multiple screens in front of them at the same time. So how do we bring in signals to say hey, let's show this message across all these different particular platforms? And so set that vision, and we worked with your team and your product team to share that vision, and I'm really proud of what we were able to accomplish up to date. Yeah.
Awesome. Last question.
Yep.
Amazon Music launched your own Gen AI product. It's called Maestro. Maybe just tell everybody about what Maestro is and how it works.
Yeah, so we launched our Gen AI feature this past April. It's in beta. If you guys haven't gotten a chance, download our app and check it out. Essentially, you can enter any prompt. It's on our homepage. Enter any prompt. You can talk about a music genre. It sounds like Taylor Swift or a particular artist. It could be an emotion. It could be an emoji. So you enter any prompt, and then it'll create a custom playlist for you. So, for me, be like, hey, I'm sad I didn't attend Tom Brady's Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah, big tears going down
Boom,
my face.
sad football playlist right there.
Yeah.
If you haven't, check out the app for sure.
Awesome. Matt, thank you so much.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Awesome. So this is the opportunity to engage with your customer in a whole new way. We're going to talk about that all day today. Everyone, have an amazing day. Thank you.